Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22. It's Youth Factory and it's episode 69. We're about to kick off the new season. Hopefully, the season in which we see promotion. There's a couple encouraging things in those regards to our chances. First off, despite a lot of interest, Homedale is not gone. Homedale is still with the squad. In the end, hours before the transfer deadline, we got all the way up to 875,000, bigger than any offer we've ever not accepted. The biggest offer we've ever received before was just over 500,000, so well above that, and we turned it down. Now that we're professional, apparently the club willing to stand pat a bit longer in terms of the finances. We do not lose Homedale, so we still have our team intact. Speaking of team intact, we're actually looking to make an upgrade this season. Severette, Gillo, both of them in jeopardy. Our center back pairings has been the weakness for quite a few seasons now. And Raymond Foss, who last season wasn't quite ready, wasn't quite there, is finally ready. He has a lot more offensive quality, much better mentally, certainly better physically, but he's still lacking a little bit. Hoping with that regular time, he's going to very quickly make up that ground. Speed, just a little slower than Severette, just a little weaker defending, a little weaker aerially. Those are important areas. And then when you compare him to Gillo, which I think Gillo and Severette are now going to split time, you can see just how similar they are, but how Foss, again, probably a little bit better. Obviously, offensively, absolutely better. A little better defending, certainly better mentally, almost the same speed physically, and then just a little behind aerially. So we are going to lose a little bit of aerial quality right now with Foss, but I think we are going to quickly make up some ground in other areas, and he's certainly more well-rounded than those two. So early on anyway, I've now got 4 guys to regularly feature. And then we still have Hogginson, Harstead behind, lower on the depth chart. Still our weakest position. But you can see at this point, outside of Jones, who is unregistered, our 25 includes a new goalkeeper. So we have 2 options at goalkeeper. But then Hogginson, Harstead, Calzi, still Dubois, and then Ford are the backups. Otherwise, we have the exact same lineup we've had in years past. And if we were this close a year ago and we see more development this season, now that everybody is full-time, staff, players, senior, and U19 level, I've got everyone on full-time now. So here is to this being the season. Despite being super close to promotion last year and, not that far off the year before either, we were picked every year since we've been promoted to the second tier. We've been picked to finish last. 16 out of 16. It's finally different this year. We are now picked to finish 13th. Also, when you look at the preseason predictions, even that has seen things change. There's 3 teams this year that are unpromotable, 3 second teams that have that senior team above them, and they don't get that rating, they don't get that prediction. Bergam over the top, has a chance, difficult angle. Grimstad positioned well, gets the block in, out for the corner. Long ball whipped to the far post, cleared out. Gillo, Andreasen, all inside to Jonoske, Janssen. Bergam finds Lovas through. Lovas needed to be 1 touch or 2 touch and take the shot. Doesn't. But we're off to a strong start here. Looking very likely. 3 on target already. 0.3 on the XG. I think it's first game anyway. Looking favorable. Foss and Foley both on yellow cards, though. Not a great start from them. Anyway, we finally have a team that's not among the second teams. Oh, Andreasen's so close there. Wins that header, but cannot get it on frame. Goes wide by an inch or so. Second half begins. Anyway, we have a team listed with their prediction finally below us. It's the first time we've seen it. This is our, I think, 5th year now in the 2nd tier. It's weird that it's that far along already. Nice through ball. Homedale lays it off. Bergam. Oh, in close. He needed to put that to the left or the right. He went down the middle. Keeper just gets a piece. Severetti is going to have to come on for Fawoli after a minor injury. He's on a yellow card. Anyway, Foss not having a good first game. He is feeling the pressure right now. More than an hour played. I almost feel like we'd have to settle for a point the way things are going. But we certainly looked the team likely to come away with something, but weakening that defense is a real concern. And you can see for the first time all game, they turned that into a chance. That was just their 2nd shot of the game. So yeah, maybe we do need to continue on. Let's go attacking. Andreessen is tired. Let's go ahead and bring on our strong sub in Modeste, as that was offside. No flag raised. Huh. Confusing, but okay. Gillo. Homedale in the box. Back to Gillo. Gillo gets across in. Didn't attack the ball. Sat back. Waited. Homedale! Close range. That's flag raised. What are you talking about here? This looked easily onside. He is easily onside. What? Did not look offside at all. Did not look offside on the replay. Apparently his right foot was beyond others, but you know, from that angle it looked like it wasn't even close. He looked easily onside. Foss is going to get sent off here. That's a 2nd yellow. He is. And wow, we go from all 3 points to now can we end up losing because of this? Why do I need to make a change? I don't have to make a change here. It's forcing me to make a change. I can't make a change. What's the deal? He's been sent off. No change to make. I'm going to leave the spot vacated, is the plan. There, I changed something, so it let me continue. That was so weird that it would not let me go as is. But yeah, Foss, terrible first day for him. He was already on the yellow. It was a 2nd yellow. It was a clear, obvious yellow. That was offside. Flag raised, but play does not stop. Advantage. And then it turns into a chance as we gave it away. We do not need to go attacking anymore. Let's go positive. We're into stoppage time. Lavas cannot win the header. Modeste is going to pick it up, though. And Janssen gives it away in a dangerous position. Yellow card. Yellow card. Ouch. I mean, I'll feel at least content coming away with a point. But clear day that we should have had 3. But going down a man, it's always good to come away at least with the draw in the end. So Foss hurts the team. We get enough XG for a goal. We get the ball in the back of the net. We get called for a inches offside situation that looked and felt good, but from the angle it looked fine. But they got us. Got us for the offside. You got to be onside. Leave no room for doubt. Huh? Pushing on 3 more matches. We had a road draw 2-2 against Bren, and I was down multiple players. We had a minor injury for Fawoli, and then Foss had his red card. So for that next game, Fawoli played, but he played hurt. So it was difficult. And then Severete and Gillo had to be the guys. So hanging on, especially after a 5th-minute penalty. Getting back into that one, and actually a penalty of our own late in the game after being down 2-0 is a good result. Bergam with 2 goals to fight back. And then we easily saw off Grorud. Grorud's one of the better teams in the league, and you can see, you know, how much better, though Foss not selected. So that's going to be an issue, is getting Foss selected, as right now the assistant not too interested. Asker on the road, one of the weakest teams in the league. So that one actually ended up less comfortable than it honestly should have been. Guy sent off in the first half hour, a full hour without, and we barely get 2 goals, including one just, sealing it in the final moments. Next up, Cup, third round, Ilsund, 2. At least it's their second squad, but that's not going to be the easiest opponent to be facing at this stage. And, for whatever reason, year after year after year after year, we keep getting the harder draws, the odds against it draws. I've done the math again and again, and I've redone the math. We should not be getting these draws all the time like we are. Occasionally, absolutely. But we get it every year, but one year we had that nice deep run. And last year I think we had one good draw out of all the games that we played. 2, 3, 4 games, whatever it was, however far we got. Wild third round cup game that saw us score 7 in the first half. It was 7-1 at half. Took our foot off the gas clearly, as we only finished the game out at 7-4. But what a start to that one. 4 goals for Bergum. Then at home against Fredrikstad, who really gave us a hard time the last few seasons. I think we've lost to Fredrikstad most every time that we've played them, but we beat them 3-0. And then the new guys, Stjordals, Blink, who might have climbed a couple tiers here recently. That one was comfortable at 3-1, but a consolation goal very late made it a bit tighter than it should have been, but that was a road victory for us. Next up, and of course as soon as I say something, we go and pick up Bergen Nord. Bergen Nord playing in the 5th tier. So finally we've had a favorable draw. Not the first time that I've mentioned that we've had unlucky draws, but it's certainly the first time in a while that we've had a quite favorable draw, especially home for that one. This should be quite easy to get on past. Next up, start Ilsund in the league, so those will offer some decent challenges. And meanwhile, it's Sandal on top of the league at 5 wins, 1 loss so far, +7 goal differential through 6, but otherwise we are second place at the moment. Still very, very tight. Of course, like I said, we have Start coming up here in just a little bit. That's going to be a tougher match. But Ilsund struggling at the moment with just 1 win on the season so far, just 6 points for them. Very encouraging 4-game stretch we just had, because Bergen Nord super comfortable 6-0 victory on that one, with that game put away pretty early on. It was 3-0 at half. We scored 2 in the first 5 minutes of the second half to be up 5-0. Start, great team, top team. It was level at 1. They had a guy sent off, and then we sealed the win, sealed the 3 points late. Ilsund, even though we lost, there's a couple things about this that was encouraging. 1, they scored super early. 2, we outplayed them. We had more XG. We just ended up getting a bit unlucky. Foss, not a great rating though. So he's not getting selected much by the assistant manager. He did have that one though. That was a good result there, but not too many selections. But he's been in the last 3, and we won 4-1 against Braun. Braun's been a fairly good opponent. So, we out XG'd Ilsund, and it was on the road, and it was close. So just 1 loss for a while now. In fact, just 1 loss since the start of the season. And that puts us level at the top. 6-2-1 for Mjøndalen. Vålerenga 2, last year's comfortable winner, and ourselves. Goal differential right now fairly tight between the 3 of us. At a couple teams only a couple points back, but then it definitely starts to fall off. A 6-point gap to start. Sandefjord 7 to Bryn, Rosenborg, and then the lower tier teams. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. Bergum, 10 goals already, and I believe that's league. He's also got an 8.0 rating at this stage, and Homedale has 6 assists right now. Could this be the year? Right now it's looking like it could be. Certainly no guarantees by any stretch of the imagination. It is helpful, though, that one of the teams competing at the top, Valerenga 2, is ineligible for promotion. So that means we're looking at 3 other contenders around us, and 2 automatic going up and 1 reaching the playoff. Let's hope we can get one of those 2 automatics, even if we can't win the league. We picked up our 2nd loss of the season, and super unlucky. So we were at Sondale, and Sondale, equal with points with us. We were the top 2. We outshot them. We doubled their XG. We outpossessed them, and we lost 6-3. Can't get much more unlucky than what we managed to do. They scored early. We equalized. They scored a few minutes later. We equalized a few minutes later. Then again, they took that lead. Second half, they came out, got a couple early goals, got 1 more, and then we only managed to get 1 after that. But it was kind of game that, on paper, we should have had the points. Defensively, though, really shows our vulnerability. I mean, they only had 13 shots, but they got 6 goals out of it. They only had 1.3 XG, yet they still somehow had 6 goals. So is that Moen having a terrible day? Hard to say, but it certainly did not go the way you would want it to. Other than Ostby, it was definitely a Moen kind of issue day. Severetti didn't have a great game. Again, not going with Foss, or first time in a little while not going with Foss. Foss is getting more and more games in. I'm going to take a moment to see where the team is at, where we're progressing or not. But first, Moen, definitely need to discipline him for a poor performance, and Ostby as well. All right, so first check-in, Homedale, over 100 now. He was exactly 100 when we started the season. Janssen was at 90, so he's gained a little bit as well. Andreasen, or was it Jonas Gay? One of those guys was an 88, now a 90, so they've progressed. I think Bergam has gone up a little bit. So we are seeing progression, and that is good. Foss was a 70 or 71. He's a 73. So we are starting to see some gains out of the team, and that is so fantastic to see. Lehaug on loan, but he's caught in between positions. He's not good as a defender. He's not good as a striker. He's a little bit too balanced for the two. Can't quite make up his mind which direction to go. U19s are seeing some really, really solid development as well. Rossler, prearranged sell. He is leaving the team soon. He was an 80, so he's gone +2, but as a fullback, as a wingback, he just didn't fit our system at all. And retraining him wouldn't necessarily have made him useful to us. But Holth, meanwhile, is progressing rapidly. We've seen a lot of development with him. Now, the only reason why he's not in the side at the moment, though, is he's still not there where he needs to be. The marked improvement. But the heading, tackling, not quite there. Almost good enough to play, though. His problem and why he's not playing yet, why I haven't bumped him up to the senior squad, as we obviously do need a center back, is his pace. It's too slow. He is too slow. But he has improved a lot since the start of the season. When you look at him versus Gillow here in the blue, you can see it's the pace only. He's good enough otherwise. He's almost better than Foss, but Foss has that little bit more speed, which you need. And then there's that Severetti comparison where it's the defending and the speed that are just not quite on the same level, but a much better player everywhere else, and is good in the air. So Holth is going to be making his senior debut probably before the end of the season at the rate he is going. Really, he just needs to train his pace a little bit. He's already set to work on quickness, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Acceleration has gone up quite a bit. Pace is going up. And as long as that happens in the near future, like you said, he'll be debuting before long. And see how close he is. Holth, +2 in marking, +1 in tackling, +1 in composure, +2 in leadership, and a +1 in vision. And then the physicals definitely coming along. +2 acceleration, +1 balance, +2 pace, +1 stamina, and +2 strength. Strength also important for center back. He's so close. He is so close. Just a little bit more pace. Probably one more each. And I think that's going to be enough to get him out there. This type of rapid development, you get him into the senior squad and get him playing, he is just going to take off. Holth's potential's at 130. You could see him hitting 100 plus here fairly quickly. Hull, another guy who looks like he's doing pretty well, but I'm not sure where these guys started this season at. But I think Holth was something like a 72 or a 73 at the start of the year. You can see that really high training rating. 5th round of the Cup, and now the odds are that you're going to face a top team, and that's exactly what we're doing. We have Haugesund, but we are at home. Our chances very, very slim on a day like this, but we'll give it our best shot. So we'll see what we can do here in the 5th round of the Cup. While that the league stuff is all going pretty well at this point, of course, those 2 close losses in which we outplayed our opponent but lost anyway, not doing us any favors. Fololi right there, not doing himself any favors, giving that ball away. But we are in for our regular lineup. Fortunately, right now everybody's healthy, no suspensions being waged against us at the moment, so we'll see what we can do here in this game. A lot of games coming thick and fast at the moment, especially with the Cup ongoing, so changes can and will be necessary, but of course I do pick a different team compared to the assistant manager, so there are some differences in the squad already, and I'm looking to make at least one change before the end of this game. We'll see how things go. Lovas thought he might take a chance at the shot. Might have been blocked, but he lays it off for Homedale, who had no chance of getting a shot in. Andreasen, great layoff there for Lovas. Lovas blows it. I'd love to find a better option for Lovas. Homedale should be that guy, actually, but then we have that weakness at the right mid, and what do you do there? Jonas Gay? Well, what do you do at center mid then? So yeah, we're kind of stuck. Damned if you do, damned if you don't on the Lovas front. Nice play there. Tries to get it from that place, what you would consider your target man, to hold up the ball. Great stop from Moen there. Moen took his comment about his poor last game pretty well. And we've reached halftime level. 4 shots apiece. XG very similar. Possession a little bit in our favor. Foss on another yellow. That's been his weakness here early on. And second half underway. Let's see what the team can do. Can they pull off the upset? Certainly be worth some money. Not a huge crowd on hand here. That one's out. Borch on a yellow. He's their only player. He was the earliest one to collect one. Andreasen and Foss both would probably be worthy subs at some point here in the second half, as we could easily face the potential of losing primarily out of playing down a man. If we don't get them subbed off. Wow, Moen, great stop on that one. Counterattack is on for Lovas, but he doesn't put enough weight to that for Bergum, and that was actually a fairly easy stop for the defender, who was not terribly well placed. Bergum on the shoulder there, had a chance. Great cut inside for Andreasen. And that's out for a goal kick. I thought the keeper had pushed that over, but apparently not. Andreasen turns back to the outside. Can't quite get past the first defender. Must be. Layoff for Janssen. Janssen! Yes! Yes! What a shot! What a shot from Janssen. That is his biggest play offensively for the team. Okay, lays it off for Janssen, who finds Bergum, but Janssen makes the run up into space. Bergum lays it off for him, and Janssen blasts that into the upper corner. Wow, what a play. Okay, 65 minutes gone by. Foss is doing well on the yellow. We're going to keep him in there. Actually, we're going to keep him in there, period. Gillo, who is struggling. Debut, Mats Holth. He is not registered, but it's Cup. We're going to let Holth play. Let's see what happens. He's better than Gillo in almost every aspect. So outside of being a little too slow, we'll see how badly he is exposed, as we are obviously facing a big-time opponent in Haugesund. Go ahead and get Andreasen out of there as well. Bring on Modeste, who is obviously our best sub anyway. So don't risk that yellow card. And let's start to change things up. Let's go cautious. And we want to kind of go full on with the counter-attacking and get behind the ball a bit. Go ahead and play for set pieces as well. Go more defensive. Dangerous play here. Oof. Guy ran himself out of options. Nobody was in the right place making a run. Moen recognized it. Really smart play from Moen to attack that one. And it worked. It would have been an easy tap-in goal, but he recognized that there was nobody there. Good stop from Moen. Moen's having a fantastic day. Like I said, really good response. Couple more minutes and then we'll go into major time wasting and think about making our final change. Oh, Osby gives that one away. Not sure if he got the touch or if they did. Good stuff from Moen again. Okay, and we're good enough now. Nope, we're already defensive. Okay, major time wasting, ready to begin in a transition. We will start to regroup instead of counter pressing. We no longer need to counter. We want to slow pace down. And we're going to drop. Do not need to trigger the press as often anymore. Okay, one more sub. Time wasting is on. Let's see. Janssen really tired, but we need his defense. I think Lovas, who's doing nothing, this is a perfect opportunity to let Bergum play on top alone and get what do we have? Hermansen? Get another defensive mid in here. Wow, this is not cooperating with me very well at the moment. Let's make him a pressing forward on defend. I like that. And let's go ahead and bring on Hermansen for Lovas. We'll put him as a deep lying playmaker on defense. Okay, come on, you guys. Holf gives it away. First highlight we've seen of him of any kind. Great block there. Wow. That was not Holf though, was it? I believe that was Foss. Foss making that excellent block. Now they have the XG on us at the moment. But we are giving away XG in droves as we are getting a lot more defensive right now. Trying not to get crazy low, but we are getting very compact. 2 low blocks for sure. Okay, very defensive. See the game out. Yeah, much lower and lower. That's good. Force the opposition outside. Really contain that box. But are they going to beat us with headers that way? Could be. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. We're going to heat that time up right now. We're going to heat that time up, and there it is. Yes. Wow. Huge upset. Huge upset. That XG coming after the goal. It was a level game. It was a balanced game. We changed our focus after the goal and gave away that XG. That does happen sometimes. We've had those couple games this season where we had the XG, we had the advantage, and we don't know how it turned out. Very well could have been this kind of game. You have the advantage, you change your focus. This was beautiful, though. Beautiful game. Well done to the team. Holth certainly did okay. His short time on the pitch, he gets a 6.9 rating. Foss had a great day, 7.4. Foley had a really good day, too. That is your future back line, I think. Near future back line. Following that second loss, we are a little bit on the back foot in the league, but it's still very tight. Vålerenga emerging on top, but we're 1 point behind Sundale and level with Mjøndalen. Just goal differential hurt a little bit after that Sundale performance. 1 point ahead of Straumann, so it's still very, very tight at the top. But we're in a good place early in the season. 10 games in last time, we were not looking good. Then we caught fire. Part of that was you had all your players at the start of the season who had low morale because other teams came in with offers. We said no. They didn't want to stay with us. They wanted to accept those offers of leave for free. Really? And, why would the players be aware of that? In real life, players are not aware of every single deal offer that comes in. They're going to be aware of some, but they are not aware of all of them. And so for you turning down an offer of free for a player should not just suddenly piss off the guy or girl. Female football coming. FM23 maybe. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. It shouldn't be an automatic anger thing, but anyway, last season we dealt with that. This season we've dealt with that. Holmdale was super ticked off that we did not sell him. Those guys are just now getting over that. 10 games into the season, right? We're a third of the way into the year, right? So they're just now getting over that. Our form's going to get better. We've already played, we've still got some difficult games coming here in the first half. So I'd say our schedule's been fairly balanced so far. But we'll have that advantage of better morale going forward. So all in all, we're in a fairly good place. And in terms of the cup, we've already exceeded performance. We're heading into the 6th round where they wanted us to reach the 4th. So things are good there. That group is getting smaller and smaller, and we're still alive. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.